Okay guys, I wanted to talk to you real quick about the Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid real quick and show you some things and talk about it and how I've used it in IDPA a few times. Probably used it more than any other gun in IDPA, and I'm going to kind of show you how. This particular configuration is not compatible with IDPA. However, I've done some things to make it compatible, and I'll kind of show you that too. If you have a gun like this and you would like to shoot it in IDPA, you can make it work, and I'll show you how. The gun weighs about 46, 47 ounces with the dot in this configuration, factory configuration. However, I found a site and I was trying to figure out how to get rid of some weight and still be able to have the mag well on and have every feature that I wanted without but still being able to drop the weight below the 45 ounces for IDPA carry optics. And the way I did that and found to do that is there's a company, and I forgot what they're called, but they make a polymer full-length guide rod for 1911s and 2011s, and it was a little bit pricey, but it was well worth it to me because it shoots like a full-length guide rod. It's very smooth, but it drops the weight about 1.5 ounces from the standard guide rod. And I found out that's worked really well for me. The gun originally came with different grips. I had a little bit of issue. This was an early model. This was like a Gen 1 model of the Masterpiece Arms DS9. I actually got it on sale. I got a real good deal in it. So I had some issues, sent it back to Masterpiece. I heard a lot of their early guns, because they have a different crew, they have more gunsmithing knowledge and I guess a more expert team now than they used to, and they have some really good guys on their team building these things. And back when this one was built, I think they were kind of green on knowing how to put together these guns as well as they should have. And there was a few little issues on some of the guns, and mine happened to have an issue, and I sent it back, and the customer service was excellent. They did several things for me for free to upgrade this gun. I won't go into all that, but they basically changed the grips, and they gave me MBX magazines, the MBX magazines instead of the standard knockoff staccato mags they were given before this, when they had this generation of model come out. So basically, this is the new generation model because of the upgrades they done to it. They gave me quite a bit of money's worth of upgrades, and I couldn't be happier with Masterpiece for what they did. Also, right after I got this, IDPA changed the rule book to where they allowed for ports, barrel ports, and compensators to be put on pistols. And so I had this one actually ported by Masterpiece Arms, a V6 port. Makes the gun extremely flat. We then talked about the guide rod that made it light enough. We'll show you that it is. This is a 508T green dot. Very rugged dot. I really like it. I kind of like the bigger dots they have out now, but this one works so well and looks so good on this pistol, I probably won't change it, and I can shoot really good with this dot, so I'll probably just leave that alone. But I will show you that it is compatible with IDPA. So right now, as it stands like this, the gun originally came with the large mag wheel. I still have that. It would be more for like 3-gun or whatever. But this is the carry mag well, the tactical mag well. It's quite a bit thinner, not quite as wide, but it works great in competition. It really is a good mag well, and that drops some of the weight. But that guide rod, like I said, that plastic guide rod I added, actually got this thing down to where it can actually meet weight for IDPA. Let's look at the weight real quick. So with the magazine, we have to put that in. With the magazine, you're looking at 2 pounds, 12 ounces, 12.2 ounces. So that would be, your 32 ounces plus 12 ounces. So that would be 44.2 ounces, which is 0.8. That would be 44.2 ounces. So that would be 0.8 of an ounce underweight, maximum weight for IDPA. So that's great. Works out great. It's perfect when you can get a gun right at weight, but it's not so close to weight that they can, you could add a little dirt on it and it go overweight. There's still enough room there, to wiggle room, to easily be compatible with IDPA carry optics. No matter if you got a little grease left on the gun or whatever, and it's not going to go over. So it's just right at an ounce under, which is the perfect weight. I think I love heavy guns. I enjoy shooting heavy guns more than the lighter guns. I do have a lot of light guns, and I really love light guns as well, but when it comes to shooting competition, I really do like the feel and the accuracy of a heavyweight gun. And so the V6 ports really do help to keep the gun flat. I want to share with you real quick that the Humble Marksman did a video on this gun with the ports against the Staccato XC, and he talks about how this gun is still a little snappier. And it is true that this gun has a little bit more muzzle flip than a Staccato, say a Staccato XC, which actually cost quite a bit more than I paid for this gun. It may have a little bit more muzzle flip than the Staccato XC, but the gun he was shooting, and one thing I've noticed is, and he didn't really talk about it, but the gun comes a little bit oversprung for a 2011 compared to most 2011s. And when they port the gun, when Masterpiece ports this particular gun, they don't change the spring. So I think he had took a gun that Masterpiece had ported, probably borrowed the gun from one of his friends or somebody he knew, or from Masterpiece, and he shot the gun with the original factory spring. But I've since dropped the spring weight about 2 or 3 pounds in this gun, and it does make the gun stay flatter and softer. Okay, anytime you port a gun or comp it, you don't want to use the same spring, and I've kind of run into this issue several times, and I'm starting to learn more and more that if you put ports in a gun or you comp a gun, go ahead and spend a little extra money and try to tune the spring, because the gun's just going to feel better. It's going to shoot. It's going to cycle better. It's going to cycle softer. It's going to be more reliable, okay? So that's something the Humble Marksman did not talk about, and something I want to mention is that if you get your gun ported, go ahead and spend the extra money and get you a spring that's a little bit lighter. It's just going to make you a lot happier about the way it feels. It's going to make the porting feel like it was worth it, and if you're shooting the factory spring weight, recoil spring weight, it's just not going to really feel like a different gun. But once you put the different spring in it, this gun, I've not shot at a Staccato XC, but I would say it's probably within 5% as soft as a Staccato XC is. Now, is it as soft? It would be hard for a V6 port to do what a large comp on the end of the barrel will do. However, it is so close. I can promise you it's so close. And yes, if you've not ever shot a Masterpiece, I highly encourage you to try one. And I also wanted to share that if you have a Masterpiece in this configuration, that you can set it up for IDPA, even though Masterpiece has a model that has a shorter dust cover that is for IDPA. This one can work if you put the lighter guide rods in it. And you can also do a GI guide rod, which I do not like. I feel like it makes the gun a lot less smooth. It makes it shoot. It just makes it feel less smooth in its recoil operation. And so I like the full length guide rod, but this polymer, it's a specific kind of polymer. It's a very hard polymer, a very strong polymer guide rod. Works just as good as the steel, but actually gets it 2 weight. So I wanted to share that option for y'all that might have this gun, but have not been able to shoot IDPA because of its weight. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I might add some shooting footage while we're talking about this gun on the tabletop, and mute the sound on that video just so that you can see the gun in action. It's done very good for me in IDPA. I'm still learning a lot. I still got a lot to learn. I got a lot of things I got to learn to speed up in my transitions and moving from target to target. But this gun has really helped me move from kind of somewhere in the middle. When I started shooting IDPA, I was kind of somewhere in the middle of the pack when it come to newbies and the more professional shooters and the ones that shoot, 2 or 3 times a month. I went from somewhere in the middle of that pack to now I feel like I'm kind of in between the middle of the pack and the more expert shooters that shoot at our local match. So getting better and hope to get a lot better. I've got a long way to go, but yeah, I hope you like this video, and if you would like to hear more or see more, please like and subscribe, and I'm sure that as I update these guns, I've got several more guns to review, so please subscribe if you want to see those videos. This is not a review. I mean, if I could quickly give a review, I would say I love this gun. I would say it's worth it, and there are many good guns in this class. There's a lot of good guns that would compare. It might be slightly better than this gun or slightly worse than this gun based off their features, but this is a great gun for the price, and I say that I think really highly of the Masterpiece Arms DS9, and I hope if you ever get the chance to shoot it that you will take it, because it's a great gun. And God bless you guys, and if you need anything or you have any questions, let me know. See you later.